I know. I understand. You may have sold your house, your car, your lands, or even borrowed money from friends and families to afford and to pay for your visa sponsorship to come to the UK. You are in debt because you cannot repay the loans and the monies that you borrowed to come to the UK. You have been scammed. Stay tuned to the rest of this video and I will explain to you how you have been scammed. This video is for you. Hello everyone and welcome to All Things Legal. Today we are diving into a hot topic, the UK government's latest measures to crack down on immigration compliance. If you are an employer, a student, a skilled worker, or even an immigrant yourself, this information is for you. I know, I understand. You may have sold your house, your car, your lands, or even borrowed money from friends and families to afford and to pay for your visa sponsorship to come to the UK. You have been scammed. You were granted your visa sponsorship and you're now in the UK, but you cannot afford essential items, housing, food. You are in debt because you cannot repay the loans and the monies that you borrowed to come to the UK. You have been scammed. Stay tuned to the rest of this video and I will explain to you how you have been scammed. This video is for you. The UK Home Office has announced new measures in an effort to tighten immigration compliance across the UK. These changes would combat visa abuse and migrant exploitation. It is an effort to address illegal migration and ensure adherence to the immigration rules in the UK. Let us now look at one of the first measures. Now, UK Home Office will be banning employers from charging employees for a visa sponsorship. Okay, so potential employers and agents are abusing migrants by charging for visa sponsorship. And when I say charging, I mean exorbitant fees, extravagant fees. Okay, I have heard stories of migrants paying £3,000, £4,000 just for a sponsorship. This is illegal. If you did not know, now you know. This is illegal. Okay. Now, for an example, when migrants come to the UK, maybe on a skilled worker to work in the care sector, on most occasions, they are faced with challenges such as sometimes there are no work, no shifts, no pay, reduced pay. So whatever was agreed initially between the worker and the employer, when they get to the UK, the pay is reduced. Sometimes there are no housing. The migrants are left with large debts back in their home country and even here in the UK. As a result of that, what can happen next is that the migrant can report this to the Home Office and the employer's sponsor license can be revoked. But once the employer's sponsor license is revoked, then that has a knock-on effect onto the migrant's visa in the UK. The migrant's visa can eventually be curtailed, and that will leave the migrant in the UK becoming an overstayer or illegal. So what must you know? Now, employers are responsible for recruitment costs of their employees, full recruitment costs of their employees. If any employer is caught charging employees for sponsorship to come to the UK, they risk losing their sponsor license. And there are other consequences which I'll discuss later on in this video. Also, just to make you aware, to date, over 490 sponsor licenses have been revoked because of non-compliance to the immigration rules. And mostly these sponsor licenses are within the care sector. Okay, so be careful when you are consulting with an agent or an employer for a visa sponsorship to come to the UK. All right. Now, what you should do as well is to verify that sponsorship. Verify that employer to make sure that their sponsor license is still valid. I will be doing a separate video on how you can check your employer's sponsor license validity. So make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and turn your notification on. The second measure that will be implemented is enhanced penalties for non-compliance, including business closures, financial fines, and prosecution. Now, what has been happening in the UK is that there's a knock-on effect of migrants, especially skilled workers. So you have been charged for a visa sponsorship to come here. You've sold everything in order to achieve that visa sponsorship. You are in the UK now, but things are not going the way that you expected it to. And who knows, your employer may have lost their sponsor license, and then you may have lost your visa. Or for some other odd reason, you have lost your visa. Your visa has been curtailed. Now, if your visa is curtailed and you have not made another immigration application within time before your visa is curtailed, then you can become an overstayer in the UK. Now, businesses and employers have been employing employees who do not have right to work in the UK. And this is a problem, okay? So any business or employer found to have breached or be in non-compliance with the immigration rules can face penalties, fines, prosecution, business can close down. And the fines have increased, and employers can face up to 2 years ban on their business. Okay, so employers will now face harsher penalties for hiring individuals who do not have authorization to work in the UK. All right, so be careful. And the final measure that I would share with you today is increase enforcement. It is estimated that about 6,600 visits were made to businesses suspected of hiring illegal workers in 2024. The Home Office has planned to increase these visits in 2025. So, make sure that all employees have proper authorization to work in the UK. This would avoid you losing your business, having a ban on your business, may have to pay a fine or having a penalty. The Home Office would also enforce border checks. So when you enter the UK, there is stricter tests that will be happening at the border. They will also implement an electronic system to monitor who enters and who leaves the UK. So increase enforcement across the UK in order to enforce compliance of the immigration rules. So if you are a business owner in the UK, you must ensure that all workers have proper authorization to work in the UK. Ignorance is no excuse. And immigrants or skilled workers or students, I implore you to make sure that your visa is always valid and that your other documentations are always up to date. That's it for today's discussion on UK immigration compliance. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might be in need of this information. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer all of them. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share, and turn your notification on so you do not miss my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.